dang it, I was doing so well for not coughing before stream started today. I guess partially because I was probably dead silent for the majority of the day working from home just on my computer, but we'll be fine. A little bit of talkie-talkie is good for the soul, right? Okay, there we go. Another nice pack of enemies to all come hang out with us. Come one, come all, as we blast you into oblivion, and then of course a little bit of irradiate helps deal with the otherwise very annoying, largely immune sons of guns that we call water elementals. I'm just hoping we can take out this Javelineer before they do too much damage. There we go. Fantastic. And not too shabby. A fairly uneventful Shoals so far. I mean, I guess there were, what, 4 uniques all chilling on Shoals 2, so that can oftentimes be an interesting escapade and adventure, but this time around, going fairly smoothly, as I would hope, seeing as, again, we have a pretty killer combo for this section of the game. And nice, we don't end up with the ocean keep here. Nice open area with all the shells, I guess, the cornucopias hanging around. Not too bad for us whatsoever. Except when it involves these kiddos, of course. That's fine. Let's take care of you. And then probably 3 harpies is enough to warrant an irradiate here. And if I could take you both upstairs, I guess 1 is fine too. And we'll just head off to a different stairwell. There is that Javelineer coming our direction there. I'd like to, if at all possible, face them on our own terms. So we'll pop into the thick of it here, which is not necessarily the best idea, but it does allow us to get a really good amount of damage in on all those sons of guns, and then we'll just walk away from our problems. The water elementals, of course, aren't going to be too bad if I can just bring them both in and deal with them the old-fashioned way. A little bit of radiation. I was going to say never hurt nobody, but evidently we're using it to do quite the opposite of that, so that would not be the most honest sentiment that we've put out there in the world. And if I could stop facing enemies literally one at a time, I think that would potentially be lovely. Again, it's not the most efficient use of our magic, but I guess if it works, it works. I'm not exactly in a spot to complain too much about it at the end of the day here. And not too shabby. Let's just finish you off with our staff here. And apparently we're also especially stealthy even when we're swooping our giant stone wings over the tumultuous ocean below. But hey, what do I know? I don't live in the middle of shoals-based oceans or nothing. Ouch. Okay, Kraken, Javelineer, bunch of new friends. None of this is looking great. We do have 2 scrolls of blinking, so I think I will use 1 just to simplify things a wee bit. And unfortunately our Javelineer friends did come our way here, did follow us, so we'll do some healing. Oh, ignite absolutely nothing. Great job, me. But now that all of our friends are kind of lined up in a row like this, they don't have a good opportunity to throw javelins. So I think that works out here at the end of the day. And we'll just keep blasting until at least the Javelineer goes down. And you know, if it's going this smoothly, I guess just keep digging. Not too shabby whatsoever. Holy moly, quite the crowd that we garnered there at the end of the day. Not one for attention. Good old shard here, so we'll try to just slip off, and that is fantastic. So that probably means that a couple of these formations have been emptied of all their occupants, if I had to guess. I mean, no guarantee. They could have been a wild pack of wanderers, but I think fairly decent odds. They all came tumbling out of one of these bad boys as we started making a bit too much noise. Ooh, the Cloak of Starlight. So we'd miss out on the resistances that our current scarf gives us. But dazzle them with gold and with starlight, that's a hard combination to turn down, in my mind. Oh my gosh, that's what I should have done earlier when I was having my fit. Bit of cool drink to calm everything down here. I will swap out the regular cloak +2. I think that's not a bad trade. And we'll just irradiate you real quick, my friend, before probably finding a bit of a safe shelter from the storm here temporarily. At least try to get all of our magic points back. And, I mean, I don't need fire resistance here, so I probably can switch to the old razzle dazzle real quick. That should be fantastic. And let's just take care of you. Oh, you went blind because of the dazzle. Immediately forgetting what it is that I do here. Great job. My brain faculty is totally with it here. Not at all. Failing on all fronts. And fortunately, against the satyr here, if the odds are not ever in our favor, we can just step away in the opposite direction and reset the battle, so I do love that. Little less possible with the merfolk siren, but fortunately they don't seem to notice us just pop around the little corner there. And with summonings up to 7.4, let's do another check-in. How's Spellforge Servitor looking? 17%. That is definitely not too shabby. So I think with that in mind, let's maybe Amnesia Sting out of existence here. And we can... Ooh, I was gonna say take care of you, but we have to be a little bit more cautious. Once again, of that satyr, they do occasionally cause some issues. Let's just head up and learn our new spell here, shall we? Beautiful. So at least if we're up against something that we need a little bit more single target damage, especially if we're worried about our magic points not running the gauntlet, not making it quite far enough to get the job done, then we have good recourse available with our lovely Spellforge Servitor, our best friend in this cold, dark world. There's got to be more I can affect. Not so much, but I guess still one more enemy, so all in a day's work here. And, ooh, very interesting. An Ice Kraken. I'm not super well suited to deal with you, my friend. Guess I can see how the iron shots go. Okay. Very, very well is the answer. And there's our rune and everything. Nice, smooth jaunt through shoals. Only the most minor of concerns. I guess we did use a blink scroll, so that's not necessarily ideal, but definitely not the end of the world either. And let's make sure that we're one step away from safety with this son of a gun. And let's try to reset this, shall we? Oh, hello? Hello, my Kraken buddy? Oh, there you are. So we're just gonna stand here. And once the tentacles start coming out, we can try and apply poison on all of them to get a bit of extra wombo combo punch going on. And beautiful. Okay, not too shabby. I'm curious if that was the same Kraken. It would have been quite the journey they went on to go all the way from the top right, I think is where we ran into them at first, to the bottom, but all things are possible. I will definitely be interested in the Ring of Curiosity. It's definitely piqued mine, because willpower is always fantastic, always happy with that. Resist corrosion is the one resistance that we're currently lacking. And a bit of extra strength, not too harmful at the end of the day, especially if we do end up trying to swap into a heavier set of armor later on. In fact, I think I will just buy this bad boy. Right off the bat, we can take off our regular willpower ring and swap it on for that bad boy, swap it off even. And that should be fantastic stuff here. Well, let's bring out the first friend, first comrade in arms here with Spellforge Servitor. Lovely to see you, my friend. Ooh, and a Phantom Mirror for our troubles. Those boots can probably hit the dirt for the moment here. We can always come back for them later if we change our mind, but for the time being, I don't see too much advantage to be garnered there. And oh gosh, having barbs in our skin against a harpy is more of a nuisance than any actual risk of death, but still quite annoying. +6 Vampiric Rapier. Huh. If only we were playing a Shortblades character. I guess we could always pivot. Not that it matters too much at the end of the day. Ooh. You're unusually resistant. Very interesting, my friend. In that case, special treatment for you, of course. A little bit of irradiation. And okie dokie, with that out of the way, we do have Snake. So unfortunately, Snake, being the opposite of Shoals in this regard, we will not be able to use OTR to much effect whatsoever. Still, I guess, kind of against the Salamanders, but on the flip side there, Ignite Poison isn't going to do too much, so instead we'll be relying a little bit more on both the new Spellforge Servitor that we picked up, and Freezing Cloud, also super good against all the reptiles in there. Oh, geez Louise. One of these times I'm going to forget to mute my mic, and you're going to all be in for a lovely treat. Hello, my friend. Looks like we only angered some of the humans. Accidentally poisoning them just a smidge. It was just a bit of poisoning between friends. I mean, what's the big hubbub about that, really, at the end of the day? Let's definitely not stand between me and our new friend here, at least whenever possible. And we'll see how this all goes down. Ooh, I would like a box of beasts. Oh, I guess a bunch of stones. Literally useless, so at least at this stage in the game it is. So we can just leave those bad boys around. And not too shabby whatsoever. Ooh, our first Guardian Serpent. Fortunately, Irradiate being almost a direct counter to their abilities. I mean, it's still not ideal by any stretch, and I would prefer not to get surrounded by a whole boatload of clingy friends. But hey, what's a bit of constriction between friends, I guess, at the end of the day. Can't complain too much. Just trying to make it by in this cold, dark world. And we'll leave our Spellforge Servitor to do most of the heavy lifting, because you're doing great work, friend. Just incredible stuff. I guess we can join in just for the big finale here, and that is wonderful. Well, if the rest of Snake could go this smoothly, then I don't see any big problems. I'm very happy with this. Unfortunately, I have a sneaking suspicion that that is not, in fact, going to be the case. But hey, we shall see, because as we're so fond of saying, who knows what the dungeon has in store. I will mark that Wand of Digging to potentially come back to later. It's something I haven't been taking too much advantage of in recent memory, but is always a wonderful find, digging charges, especially even if it's only occasionally useful in the base game. quite often you'll find yourself on the orb run itself looking for some shortcuts, especially depending on the layout of the dungeon stairs. So that is always nice to have in our back pocket, at least as an option for that stage of the game. Huh. And that is a very interesting, huge empty area. I think we've seen all of our downstairs too. We have indeed. So I'm not sure. It could be a very secret vault, but definitely haven't seen that set up before. If you kids could please take a step towards me, that would be oh so nice. And there we go. Really, I don't know why I'm even bothering to adventure. I should just send my Spellforge servitor on the rest of the case here, because they're doing a fantastic job of just soloing the majority of the snakes that we're running into here. I guess worse off than potentially forgetting to mute myself for the coughs is if I get into a bit of a reverse mute situation where you can only hear the coughs and all of my dialogue is completely lost to the world, but fingers crossed, I guess, that doesn't happen, though knowing me, and especially my current state of mind, I would not be too surprised if something as such would happen to transpire. But I think we're looking pretty decent on all of our spells for the moment. We will do a quick check-in with that Spellforge servitor. It's down to 9%. I'm pretty happy with that. 41% power, still could come up a lot. I guess Iron Shot has a lot of ceiling left to go as well. So with that in mind, let's train a bit more Earth Magic as well while we're at it. The +2 aptitude should make that rank up in no time, especially as we continue to make our way through our favorite snake den. So we'll see how she goes, eh? Okay, currently not in range of our sharpshooter friends, but I guess I could shoot this son of a gun. Well, we have the briefest of openings, and once again, leave the rest to a never-ending slew of spellforged friends. Oops. As we take a little bit more damage than intended, though, we will play it safely and just run over to our stairwell, at least have an escape path ready and available if it ends up being necessary here. Not too shabby. Oh, hello. Hello, my friend. Ooh, and an armor shop. Let's see what's available to us. Unfortunately, nothing really worth our while, but that is totally a-okay. Not the end of the world here. And let's just continue forward. I mean, there's hopefully, fingers crossed, there's not going to be too much interesting to say as we continue forward over the next while. That would at least be the dream, to have a little bit of consistency. I mean, it was pretty much the whole reason why we decided to run this character in the first place. Just get a taste of the sweet life here, the easy life as it were. Though I will be sorry to see Gozag go, so maybe we throw it all for content. We make sure we have Gozag available for the future now. Wouldn't that just be a brilliant idea? Who could possibly see it coming? Me dying all the way in Zot? Couldn't be me. Doesn't sound right. Oh, hello, hello. So apparently we're in a bit of a Black Mamba den here, which I'm not going to complain too much. At this stage in the game, it's fairly straightforward to take out those sons of guns. Do need to be a little bit cautious of the mighted polearm users, of course. But nothing me and my new best friend can't handle. Thanks, bud. I appreciate you. And once more with feeling. Rinse and repeat. This is our life now. I should actually move Iron Shot onto an easier key to cast, because I think we'll be throwing that son of a gun around for the foreseeable future here. I guess least of all is I could just swap it on over to our quick cast there, or quick quiver rather. That is fantastic. Hello, my reptilian buddies. Goodbye. Almost a shame taking out all the regular snakes. They never really did anything wrong. I mean, the Naga are at least, you know, a little more culpable, a little more responsible for the actions that they've taken. But the snakes just live here. And we're the intruders at the end of the day. Very much like it is most of the time when a snake hurts somebody in nature. It's more of a reflexive defensive thing than anything else. But yeah, no real AoE. But apparently, who needs it? Fantastic work. Holy moly. Should hire you on a more permanent basis, my Spellforged friend. Definitely a full contract for you coming up in the near future. Right after we abuse your internship for the free labor as much as we possibly can. Beautiful. Now that's just good adventuring, folks. Never pay your summons a reasonable living wage. And perfect. You know when you start a joke and you really have no idea what the end game is, where the heck it's going? I feel like that's me with most jokes, but... Okay, we are going to have to hit our own Spellforged servitor here just a little bit. Unfortunately, needs must, and all that good stuff. And in fact, once more, oh, we did actually contaminate myself much more than intended, so that's not great. Hopefully, no mutations. Beautiful. Well, I feel like we definitely lucked out on that one, because usually getting to yellow contamination is a surefire way to get some nastiness coming your direction. But hey, I will gladly take that. And not too shabby whatsoever. Whoopsie daisies. Let's not accidentally summon more servitors. Cut the interim life of our original short. That doesn't seem like the best move. Scarf Invisibility, likewise, not the best move for us at this stage. But always nice to see nonetheless. You know, for a bit there, especially since I saw those fancy, like, brown brick textures, I thought that we were in Snake 4. Completely lost track of time and space, as it were. There we go. Now, realsies, let's pop in here and hopefully things go just as smoothly. I mean, we saw a taste of what it can be like coming against the Guardian Serpent earlier. These Sons of Guns could get a bit annoying as well. I mean, we do have just one pip of fire resistance. I was going to say 2, but I forgot that we ditched our Scarf of such. And otherwise, yeah, we'll just hang out here. Just me and all my new best friends. Not too shabby whatsoever. Now, is this character actually this strong, or have I just been playing especially stupidly for the last, what, like month or so? Maybe longer, unfortunately. Because this seems to be going just exceptionally smooth. I mean, it's been a little bit since we did the old Spellforged Servitor get up. And so that definitely makes a bit of sense in its own right. Always a nice strong combo. Still just love to see it. And we'll even jump in for the occasional assist. How about that? Look at that. That's friggin' teamwork. Okie dokie. Well, we can at least recover a little bit. That did look like the end area, the end vault of the branch here. So we can at least make sure we're coming into it with full magic points. You know, prepared for whatever is in store. Ooh, I did see the Kite Shield of Protection. We could definitely take that one. Hey, Thalphon, good evening to you. How's the crawl? You think this character were the last I saw, or the last you saw? Definitely might have been. I think you were around last Sunday for the tail end, but yeah, going super smoothly. Unreasonably smoothly. Just really baking that hubris into us at this point. The game has something up its sleeve, and the other shoe has got to drop eventually, right? I normally don't go through both my rune branches without too much of a care in the world. But hey, it's still definitely too early to say. Gonna try to be prepared for what may come here. And even just taking out this one son of a gun, or do you want, I guess, with a radiate, we might as well get the full party started. Fantastic. And otherwise, we can just walk away from our problems. In fact, let's not even bother dealing with the sharpshooter right now. Oh, I've only found one of our stairwells, and it's in the opposite corner of the map from where we were, so that's not fantastic. Not ideal by any stretch here. But hey, friend, if you could just come right this way. Or not, that's cool too. There we go. At least one of you comes and hangs out for a brief moment. Appreciate it. And let's explore and see where the rest of these go, shall we? Oh me, oh my. Oh! That's definitely an adventurous group of friends to come down into. Again, Irradiate being our best friend is fantastic. Ooh, and a Kite Shield of Fire Resistance. Probably actually a little bit better than the Shield of Protection that we ran into earlier. For now, I'm pretty happy with our staff, but I mean, besides just being a pretty nice quarterstaff of Vampiric, nothing else is especially amazing. I guess N+3 is not too bad at the end of the day. But we get all of the cold resistance we need from good old Zor here. So that is not strictly necessary by any stretch. Okay, that son of a gun definitely knows how to use their shield. Honestly, I just commend you for your efforts. Can't be too mad at that. Server, on the other hand, no problem whatsoever dealing with you. And that's why we outsource, folks. Why do a job terribly when I could instead pay a summon to do it for me? Fantastic. And with that, we should be right back on track for the rest of the floor. I mean, we still have Vault. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Amulet of Magic Regeneration will probably just leave by the wayside for now. I don't see myself caring too much about that anytime soon at the very least. And Spellforged Friend, fantastic work out there, buddy. In fact, it's allowing me to do some tab-heavy shenanigans here while they take care of all the major threats, so you do love to see it. And yeah, holy moly. Second rune down. Just breezing through here. It's been, what? I mean, we did have that brief stream hiccup, but I think adding on the time from that original get-go, we're at like under an hour, so that's not too shabby whatsoever. Let us just finish off the rest of the floor here for good measure. No real harm in doing so, or at least it shouldn't be too harmful. We've managed to clear out the majority of our reptilian friends here. And Potion of Heal Wounds, love to see it. Ooh, Lofty Correspondence. Seeing Freeze Cloud there reminded me that, right, we have Freeze Cloud. Pretty much the whole reason I grabbed that was so that we could bring it into effect here in Snake, where it's actually a fairly useful spell. But I guess it wasn't necessary at the end of the day. Again, it's a bit emblematic as to how this run has gone so far. Could get some lightning spells, I guess, if we wanted out of that, but not too worried about it. Yeah, again, at some point, The other shoe has got to drop, right? No way we just continue flowing through this without a care in the world. I cannot see that happening anytime soon here.